everyone, Josie here, Life at 50 and Beyond. Thanks for joining me here on my channel. Today I'm going to have another collaboration, and this time it's with Abily 25. Just about the same time last year, Abily and I had a collaboration for fall, and now we are doing it again. I'm so glad that Abily contacted me so that we can do this collaboration for this year. So just like last year, it's going to be another fall decor DIY. If you haven't subscribed to Abily's channel, you are missing out on a lot of good stuff. He is so talented, and he's one of those original DIYers, Dollar Tree and budget-friendly projects. And even before I became a YouTuber, I have been following him, so I'm so happy that every now and then we can do a collab almost on an annual basis. So after you watch this video, go on and head out to his channel so you can watch his video. I'm so excited to watch it actually, so I'm going to go ahead and watch his video as well. So let's get started. Here is a sneak peek of the finished project. I will be using this pumpkin sign that I got at Dollar Tree. I like it the way it is, so I am not going to be changing it. I know some YouTubers or DIYers would remove it and paint over it. What I'm going to be altering is the back part of this pumpkin so that I can make it reversible. So I am just so happy it doesn't have the sticky label. It has the loose tag that I can just cut and easily remove. And then using my nail filer, I am going to be smoothing out those holes. And you can use sandpaper here just to sand it and then smooth out so that it doesn't have something that is texture that is protruding, just to smooth out the holes. Then on the reverse side, or actually the front of this pumpkin, I am going to be applying hot glue just to cover the hole. You can also use wood putty, and then if you have orange paint you can paint over it, but I'm just using hot glue because it's clear. And then I'm also going to use the small piece from this set. You know, this is a hanging sign that I also got at Dollar Tree. It has football and 3 small pumpkins, so I'm just going to be using one of the pumpkins for this project. I'm using a cream colored chalk paint to paint my big pumpkin, and I like this chalk paint a lot. This is by Renaissance, and this is not a sponsored video, guys. I just saw this. I found this at Amazon and I really like it a lot. I have used this in so many projects, even painted a couple of furnitures using this. And I like that you don't need to do a lot of prep work. It's thick, and I think you can do away with just a couple of coats of paint. No need to prime, and also no need to sand unless you really want to. I am also painting the small pumpkin with the same paint color. To be honest, I'll be painting this with a lime green color. I don't really need to put the white paint on. Originally I was planning on just doing the same color, but then I realized I may want to do it a little bit more colorful. So in the end, it's okay with this being used as an undercolor for the acrylic paint because again, this chalk paint is thicker. Then once my paint on the big pumpkin is dry, I'm applying my second coat of paint. Before the second coat of paint dries up, I'll be using the same nail filer. I'll be using the end to create the lines. I'm drawing the lines, and I'm just scoring the wet paint with it just to create the lines that you see on pumpkins, you know, the ribbings. And it's important to do this before the paint dries up. I like this better than using, let's say, a pencil or even a fine brush to dab in gray or black paint, because I can never keep it straight or clean. However, you can do whatever you like. I like this also because it created a little bit of dimension. It has some texture with it, so a little bit more depth. You can use any sharp object like an end of your knife or scissors, as long as you can score the lines. Then using this Limeade acrylic paint by Apple Barrel that they sell at Walmart, I am going to be painting my small pumpkin. And after I apply the second coat of paint, I am also using my nail filer to create the lines or the ribbing, just like what I've done with the big pumpkin. Again, before the paint dries. Now, ignore the blue pumpkin because in the end, I didn't use it. I was thinking about using it, but I ended up not using it. I don't know if you noticed, I replaced the filer with a toothpick. Actually, the toothpick that was used on one of the styrofoam pumpkins to attach, the stub or the stem. So I used it here to make it a little finer because it's a smaller pumpkin. And using a smaller paintbrush again, I am painting the brown Nutmeg color. It's an acrylic paint again by Apple Barrel that I also got at Walmart, just to paint on the stem or the stub of the pumpkins. I'll be using these window clings that I got at Dollar Tree to decorate the top or the front of the pumpkins. And I'll be placing this one here that says pumpkin spice and everything nice at the center of the pumpkin. I will be applying my Mod Podge so that it will stick onto the pumpkin. So I'll be doing it underneath the underside of the window cling, because window clings stick to glass, when you're applying a little bit of water. But since this is not made of glass, this pumpkin is made of wood and it's painted, it's not gonna stick. So you need to use either probably clear glue or Mod Podge because it dries clear. And then I'll be sticking it onto the pumpkin, and I'm making sure that it is aligned and right at the center. And before it dries, because Mod Podge dries fast, I'm making sure that I use my fingers to rub it and then making sure that it sticks and there's no air bubble. I'm using this leaf also that I found. I actually am using a couple of them. They're identical, and I'm putting them to cover the hole in the textured area there, just to camouflage, and they will be placed on each side on top next to the stem. I have this sign that I got at Dollar Tree. I am going to be using the reverse. I'm going to be using it as my stand. So I'm just applying hot glue to that area there, that wood that is protruding there. And I am using that as my support so that I can connect the bottom part of my pumpkin. And this smaller pumpkin here that I have removed from another pumpkin sign here that I have in the insert, and I just kind of lifted it up, and then that's what I've decided to use. I applied hot glue to the bottom part of this green pumpkin, and I attached it to the left portion of the box, and then I also apply hot glue to the mini pumpkin, and I'm going to be attaching it to the right side of the green pumpkin. Now time to add the florals. This silk flowers I got at Dollar Tree. These are the fall silk flowers, and I like them because the colors do complement the colors that I have used to paint the pumpkins. So I've got the cream colored flowers, the green flowers, as well as the orange flowers to match the box and the writing, pumpkin and everything. so everything would blend or go well together. If you notice, I am using traditional colors here, and like I mentioned earlier, this is going to be reversible, and that's the reason why I also chose orange flowers to put them in the front so that the front and back would work well. So this can be used as a centerpiece, like I said, so that the front and back will be decorative, and you will appreciate both sides. Now, apologies, as you notice there are some white specks on this orange pumpkin sign because I forgot my fingers were wet with paint earlier, so there were some paint there. So I am going to be touching them up with orange as soon as I can find my bottle of orange paint. But right now I'm just finishing this up with this fall leaves that I am going to be attaching onto the top of the pumpkin right below the stem to give it a little bit more dimension on the top so that it's not too flat. And then at the center of it, I'm going to be creating a twine bow. I'm using the twine that I got at Dollar Tree, and I'm just kind of folding the strand several times, maybe 2 to 4 times. And you can do this with just single strand, but I kind of like it thicker, so I folded it 4 times. And I'm just creating a simple bow, just tying it like a ribbon, or just like tying a shoelace. And then once I'm done with it, I am going to be applying a dab of glue at the back, and then I'll be attaching it at the center of those 2 silk leaves that I have attached earlier. I'm adding more silk flowers in spaces that have gaps and holes so that to fill in those spaces. And if you notice, I'm keeping the flowers low so that they don't cover the big pumpkin, especially the saying. And here is the finished project. I really love how it turned out. Although I used traditional colors here, there is a little bit of modern colors that I have mixed in here, a little bit of neutral palette as well, and it turned out well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please share to anyone who may still be interested in creating decorations for fall. I know there are a lot here on YouTube that are already doing Christmas or winter decorations. I love fall. It's my favorite season of all. So I still probably have a couple more DIYs coming up for fall, and then probably towards the end of October or very early part of November, that's when I'll start the winter decorations DIY. But for now, I'm enjoying this season, so I want to keep it longer. And don't forget to go to Abilie's channel to watch his video. I want to thank Abilie for again inviting me to do this collab with him this year, and I can't wait to watch his video. Take care, everyone. I hope to talk to you in the comment section and on my next video. Bye bye.